This conference will now be recorded.
All right, today is October 31st, Wednesday. Happy Halloween, everybody. And so far this morning, we got a few things going on out there. Obviously, Facebook is taking pretty much most of the volume that we have. All right. But as always, everything that we're going to be talking about today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. So Facebook, very, very interesting. So this is one of the big reasons I like shares better than I like options. So can't really do anything till the market opened. But yesterday, if we look, I mean, it made one hell of a move from where we ended up in the close. So we ended up right about 146 as we came into those earnings. And if you look, we came all the way down to 146 and then 136.29. So that's a $10 swing towards that downside. Even the first one coming back down, I'm pretty much hitting that 132. That's a substantial move that we had. So then after guidance, I guess something happened or was said. From what I understand, it was not very good, but this is one of those things, guys. This is why I don't follow the news pretty much at all, is because we don't really know how to interpret it. All right, I know that they were, basically saying that nothing was going on. I mean, they weren't giving number, whatever the case may be, but it wasn't good. I know that Zuckerberg didn't come on and, kind of just, blow everyone's socks off, that it was like, all right, well, everyone, we need to get back into this. So it's a weird thing how it works, but you know what? It's just, it is what it is. That's why we follow the prints. Huge risk versus reward for investors considering how much they can monetize WhatsApp, Instagram, and Messenger platform. Absolutely. All right. But so first of all, this morning, basically seeing nothing but new buying. I haven't really seen anything any real selling that's coming back into this. If we look over here at 150 early this morning, right about, a little bit after 8, we have $154. At 154, we have a bunch of aspirants that came in. And then also at 155, we have more new buying that came in as well. So you know what? It kind of jumped up from there. We're basically, it looks like we're pulling back from that 155 so far, but decent new buying. So it looks like we're going to have a continued move towards that upside from everything that we're seeing so far. Not really any type of big selling that I've seen. I mean, if we come over here to 153, I mean, you got a decent burst there, but mostly new buying. So definitely going to be looking for a pullback on this. And then, the expectations so far of it, based off our prints, are for us to be able to break up above that 155 level. The next one looking at is GM. Now, GM is one of those stocks that I personally am probably not going to trade it just because it's not really a huge mover. It does trade a lot of volume, especially, when we already have 1.9 million shares coming in. So the prints are going to look very mixed out there. But it's a very slow and controlled stock. And that's one of the reasons that I'm putting it on our list for this morning. Because what we're going to be looking for, if you get, a really, clean, big show event, and remember, it's going to have to be huge. Right here, we have those prints at 36. This isn't enough for me in a stock like this. I want to see something that shows us that this has to happen. As I like a broken record, as I say constantly for basically everything that we do, but on a stock that's going to be trading like this, you really want to see that. It's not going to be a huge mover, but like I said, it's a very slow and controlled stock. So for the more level 1, level 2, level 3, towards, the more beginner side, it's more of a beginner type of stock to trade. It's basically what I'm saying. Now, it's funny because the way it trades is more beginner, but the way it reads and how to read it is actually a little bit more advanced because of how many more prints that we see coming in. So it kind of contradicts itself a little bit, but certainly something to look at. I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't really seen anything. I mean, at 36, it does have some good buying that came in. I mean, we pulled back a little bit now. I mean, 50 cents, which is pretty much, it was good for this amount of prints. So we definitely have some new buying that's coming back into it. Certainly something to keep an eye on. And then IQ. Now, IQ is not really doing too much right now. But if we look over here, we can see yesterday definitely took a pretty big hit from that 23 level all the way down to 19. Coming in, we can see there definitely has selling. That certainly has new selling that we continue to see coming back into there. Remember, I'm going to expect to see covering, and I'm going to be expecting to see, sometime buying prints coming back in. But if you look coming down towards that 20 area, we definitely have selling coming in. So I just want to see what's going to happen at that 20. From what I'm looking at right now, my expectations are that we're going to see it get hit a little bit on the bid side of 20, and at that point, we would really be looking for it to pull up a little bit and then come back down to fill in this little gap right here. At least at 1950. So that's right now based off of not printing yet at 20. That's what my game plan is. And then obviously we're going to need to get that confirmation of the prints at that 20 level. But certainly another one that, it doesn't look like it's going to be a huge mover, but it certainly has a really, really nice setup. We just need those prints at that 20 level. And then I have one side list stock is YNDX. Now, the reason I'm saying YNDX on my side list, Keith, I know TradeStation told you that the data was fixed, but it certainly isn't. My platform's taking forever for things to pull up today, which is quite annoying. So the reason I'm putting YNDX on our list is not really doing anything yet, and it's on the side list because a lot of times it does not become a great trade. But this morning, basically, until this prints at 28.60 came in, there was nothing but bigger sell prints there. So we know YNDX can move. I mean, on average, it only moves $1.23, but we've seen it move before. We know that we're in this consolidation, this kind of stair step right now, and we know that they're selling below, that it really hasn't satisfied yet. Okay, so based off of that knowledge and knowing what's going on there, what we're going to be looking at is at some point for this staircase to end up breaking back down. And this morning, I mean, now that it has these ass prints, it's even less of a real real chance that's coming back in. And these prints weren't there. I mean, obviously they didn't come in until we started our meeting. But I still keep my eye on it because I'm going to be waiting for that day that we see this kind of breakdown within there. And basically, that's what I got going on this morning. So far, other than that, I don't really see too much else. We could hit the scanners for a minute. Let's see if anything else new has jumped in there, but I highly, highly doubt it. All right, let's take a look. All right, so TNXP, 1.7 million shares. I was looking at it before, but my biggest problem is that it moves 10 cents at a time. I just really doubt that we're going to see any type of real substantial move. What the hell? TradeStation's already messing with me this morning. You can see, I mean, it definitely got some decent money that came into it. That's without a shadow of a doubt. But it's just, you know what? Just not my type of stock. It's a little too quantity for me. I just don't really see it having the ability to really be able to break out. Even though, I mean, you know, technically it has moved about 40 cents. You know what? We'll put it on the side list, but it's going to be on the bottom of my list, the very bottom. Okay, that's going to be, I'm only going to look at it if there's literally nothing else that I see that's going on out there and moving. KMPH, 146,000 shares. It just isn't going to work for me today. All right, let's go to Twitter because I've already went through these stocks and I know if anything else popped up, then it would turn in a different color, and I do not see that here at all. All right, let's look at Twitter. Okay, so Twitter this morning, we know we have beautiful prints. So our price target yesterday was this 33.08 based off the selling that we had at 33.05. Okay, I did expect it to fall down lower than where it came. Now, it did come down to 33.17, so we're talking about a 9-cent difference from where it went to where my expectation of it was. All right, so in my eyes, it's okay for it to move up. Now, we know we have beautiful buying at 34.50, and then obviously, you know, based off the amount of buying we saw at 33, 33.50, and 34, and at 34.50, my assumptions are that we're going to see this stock break 35. And they're not really assumptions. It's, you know, based off of what we see going on out there. It certainly has the buying for us to be able to get back up there and break it. Now, unfortunately, this morning, you could see just nothing really going on there. We did have 462,000 shares, though, at 644, which is just an odd time. I know it was still PM, but, you know, it's a weird time for something like that to come back out. So just, you know, something to keep in mind. But overall, that's my opinion. I mean, there's really based off this buying, I just don't see a possibility of it being able to hold that 35. All right, anything else out there that I missed? CHK, yeah, I could do CHK. Let's see, is it doing anything this morning? All right, so yesterday we saw, and if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure we saw selling at that 33, coming into this 3 level that it had to pull back up from. Now, it came back up and it's kind of sitting there, but there's just, unfortunately, I don't have enough information on it. It overall, I mean, look at the volume that it traded yesterday, 119,000 shares, and it really didn't do anything. I mean, you know, do much at all. So, just nothing I really see here that I have any type of interest. But based off from yesterday, I still think that it needs to come under the 3. I just don't remember 100%. I never really looked at it. It was just, it didn't really do anything for us to be able to trade it. Okay, T's up in the pre-market. Okay, so guys, I know someone asked this yesterday, and they asked, is the pull-up in T over yet? Okay, we have beautiful prints that came in at 30.50. Okay, so at 30.50, has it satisfied those prints at 30.50 yet? No. That was a question, but no, it hasn't. Because remember, we have to at least our expectations of the prints at 30.50 have to be at least 50 cents. So until we get up to 31, my expectations of this are still that we're going to see this pull up a little bit today, before it has any chance of coming back down. All right. And can you go over CAT? Sure. All right, CAT's not doing anything this morning, and I haven't been following it. So unfortunately, looks like we're starting to come back up in a little bit of a trend. Now remember, CAT does follow the Dow, so we know that there's a lot of selling out there. So besides now Facebook and Twitter, besides that, most of what we see out there has a lot of room that it needs to still come back down. So basing that alone, which is not really a great way to trade, you're going to need some type of confirmation. I'm expecting to see CAT at some point end up breaking down out to the downside out of this little consolidation. On that alone, you need the prints to confirm it, but just because of those variables that we have in there, that's just a little thought process, a little bit more of an advanced thought that to go into it. But once again, without the prints to confirm it, then there's nothing that we would be looking for that to happen. All right, guys, let's get ready for the morning. We have some good setups. We have some good stuff to look at. So I'm kind of excited. Wednesday, as of recent, has been one of our best trading days of the week. I know Thursdays have been pretty crappy. Friday's not too great, but Wednesday's pretty much been our best trading day. So looking forward to the opening bell. I will talk to everyone in the chat room, and happy trading.